Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, 11/5. So today what we're going to talk about specifically is adding or subtracting functions, okay? And we can do it in two ways. I'm going to show you two ways to do it, okay? There are two ways to do it. One is just visually by graphing. If we're going to add them, we're going to do it in two ways. I'm going to show you how to do this. So first of all, example one, I got two different functions, okay? I'm going to graph them both. I'm going to use different colors to do it. So first of all, we get into my Desmos, because that's the way to do it. I graph it all by Desmos, so check it out. I'm going to go to my, let's see, first one's going to be a y, whoops, clear that, I don't want that. I'm going to go y equals, I don't think I need the y, 2x minus 2, and I already knew that was going to be that. I knew that. So let's put that one in blue, dark blue, okay, purple, dark blue, whatever color that looks like to you. So, start at 2, negative 2, and go up 2 over 1, right, slope up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, right, okay, there it is. We know this. We've done this before. Oh, let me get a nice ruler so it's nice and straight. Yeah, come on, Bill, make it straight. There we go. All right, there it is. That is f of x. And then let's graph the other, okay? So the other is going to be then, I'm going to graph an x squared. So I'm going to go y equals my x squared minus 2x plus 1. Okay, there it is. Okay, it's a parabola. Okay, let's put that. Oh, how about turquoise? I like that color. Okay, so we're going to start here. Looks like this. There. It looks like it goes through at, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, maybe, let's see, sure, go 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and probably the same thing 4 here. Okay, so it looks something like this, okay? I graphed them both. There they are. And that's g of x, okay? Two different colors, okay? Now, if you're going to add them together, add f plus g, one way is to just add their heights, okay? So then add their heights. For example, I could just add them. Let's see. At this height, I got a negative 2 plus a 1 would be a negative 1, okay? Just bear with me. This is a 0 plus a 0, so we'd have a height of 0. Right here, we'd have a height of 1 plus 2 makes 3, right? Right here, we'd have a height of 4 and 4, which makes 8. 4, 5, 6, that's way up here. This one here is going to be negative 4. 4 is going to be 0, huh? Wow, weird, okay. So then this one is going to be, let's see, it's going to be a negative 6, and I don't know, it looks like it might be something like this. I don't know. But, again, what's the other way? What's the other way? So I'm going to show you the other way. So the other way is just to add. So if I just add, so let's just do this. I've got a, add them, I've got a 2x minus 2 plus an x squared minus 2x plus 1. If I add them, just adding the two equations, if I add them, I'm going to get this new equation. It's called h of x. What the heck? H of x, that's my new one. I'm going to get an x squared. These cancel, right? And then I get a minus 1, and let's see what that looks like. Okay, so clear that, and let's go ahead and just put a new equation. Y equals x squared minus 1. And there it is, and that's kind of what I was getting to anyway. So the two functions, when I add them together, is like adding their heights, which if I then could just add the equations, it makes it easier. Now let's do the same thing on f minus g. So I could subtract their heights, but that just kind of seems like the pain to do it. So let's just go ahead and make this a new equation. We'll call this one also, let's call it j of x. I don't know, why not, right? So if I'm going to subtract them, I'm going to go f, which is my 2x minus 2, and I'm going to subtract my g, which is going to be my x squared minus 2x plus 1, right? I'm going to subtract them. So if I do that, let's see, to simplify this, I'm going to bring this negative through. So let's see, I'm going to have j of x is equal to, let's see, a 2x minus 2. Bring the negative through, so I get a minus x squared. Bring the negative through, negative makes a positive 2x. Bring the negative through, makes a negative 1. Okay, so let's simplify what I have. J of x is going to equal, let's see, a negative x squared plus a 4x minus 3. Okay, all right, so if I put that on my graph, right, let's go back to Desmos. Like Desmos, y equals, we'll go a negative x squared plus a 4x subtract 3. And that's what this one looks. So if I were to take and subtract this equation from this one, it turns out to look like this one in green. So my solution would be 2, 1, boom, boom, down to negative 3, 1, 2, 3. Of course, we'll have a, and then it looks like that. Okay. All right, not bad. Okay, let's turn the page. So now, that was pretty easy, I think, but now this is where it gets a little bit different, okay? So, we're not going to graph these, we're just going to add them. So if I have to add p plus q, okay, let's take a look at my two equations. I've got this cube root and this cube root. So what I'm going to do first, to make this a little bit easier for me, is I'm going to rewrite this as 4x to the 1/3 power, plus 2x to the 1/3 power, right? Okay, and then if I add them, I'll go this plus this, 4 plus 2 is, that's easy, that's 6, because they're the same, x to the 1/3, or we could write as 6 times the cube root of x, okay? So that's p plus q, adding the two, and you can add them because they're the same. Now, what about p plus q of 8? So all I'm going to do then is just plug in 8. Well, let's plug in 8. So plug in 8 into my answer, right? Let's plug 8 into here. Let's take 6 times the cube root of 8. So you can use a calculator, but for me, I can do this in my head because I know that what times what makes 8. Well, that's easy. It's going to be 2. So I'm going to have 6 times cube root of 8 is 2. 6 times 2 is 12. Boom. That was easy. Okay, now, what about subtract? All right, so I had my 4x to the 1/3, subtract a 2x to the 1/3, right? Because we're going to subtract p from q, subtract p from q, which gives me just a 2x to the 1/3. Now, that's the same thing as 2 times the cube root of x. All right, that's easy. That's the answer to that part. Now, if this says I'm going to subtract them, but I have to plug in negative 27, just plug negative 27 in for x. Okay, I can do that. Then I'm going to have a 2 times the cube root of a negative 27. Let's see, you can take the cube root of a negative number. You can, because we know negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 is a negative 27. Negative times negative times negative. So we get 2 times negative 3, because cube root of negative 27 is negative 3. 2 times negative 3 is a negative 6. Okay, that's all I have. The homework is very similar to this. If you need to graph on the homework, just use your calculator and use Desmos, okay, or your phone. That's all I have. And then we will reconvene Thursday or Friday, depending on what class you're in, okay? Nice job.